If you're still staring at your closet thinking, I have nothing to wear, you're not alone. The truth is, happiness with your wardrobe isn't about buying more or having more. It's about letting go of what doesn't work for you anymore. So today I'm sharing 10 things that I quit that made all the difference in how I feel when I get dressed. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Erica, a personal stylist with over 17 years of experience. This channel is about giving you the tools to be more intentional with your wardrobe so that you curate a closet of clothes you love to wear. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, make sure to hit that subscribe button. So let's dive in. So the first thing that I quit was trends. Now, fashion trends come and go. There are new ones every season. There's styling trends, there's item trends, there's color trends. Now, while trends were something that I followed in my 20s as I was figuring out my style and what worked for me, now at this point in my life, I'm so much happier that I no longer follow trends. Now, that doesn't mean that I never look at trends or once in a while bring a trend that I really love and sat with for a while into my wardrobe, because I will do that every now and again. But in general, I'm not following the trends as a way to define my style and what's in my closet. Instead, I've replaced chasing trends with timeless silhouettes and quality basics. The next thing I quit is social media. What I realized when I'd be scrolling on Instagram was that I would lose a lot of time. I also wouldn't always feel great about myself. A lot of times, some of the accounts I would follow were these glorified images or videos of someone's highlight reel. And even though logically I know that a lot of what goes on social media is someone's highlight reels, it still wasn't supporting me and my bigger picture for what I wanted in my life. So a tip here is to unfollow the accounts that don't make you feel good, that make you feel like you have to constantly be shopping or buying the latest pieces. Instead, choose to follow accounts that inspire you and give you ideas for styling the pieces you already have in your closet and that make you feel good. The next thing I quit was buying more statement pieces than wardrobe essentials. So this was something I used to do all the time. I would buy a top that had an interesting print or color or silhouette, something that was unusual about it. And what I had realized over time was that my closet was mostly statement pieces that didn't really work with each other. It wasn't until I started to bring some basics into my closet that I can then mix and match with these statement pieces that I had a cohesive wardrobe and it was easier to put outfits together. And if you're someone that loves statement pieces, if you like bright colors or prints, then I recommend limiting your wardrobe to 20 or even 30% statement pieces and having the rest of your wardrobe be focused more on quality wardrobe essentials that you can easily mix and match. The next thing I quit to be happy with my wardrobe is to stop spending money at boutiques. So I used to love shopping at boutiques. I would buy some of these statement pieces or buy some items, and then I'd take them home, and the next day when I'd go to put them on, something just felt a little bit off or it wasn't exactly the right fit. And then when I'd look at the return policy, I'd realize that it was a final sale item or that I wasn't going to be able to return the item in that small window of their return policy. Now, while I love browsing in boutiques, I think it could be a really fun way to just spend the day. I no longer shop at boutiques unless they have a great return policy, because I know myself, and even now at this stage in my life where I'm really clear on my style and what works for my body and my lifestyle, I still want to have that freedom and that option if I change my mind about an item to be able to return it. Occasion shopping was another thing that I had to stop doing to love my wardrobe. So if you're not familiar with what occasion shopping is, it basically means that you're shopping for a specific occasion. So say you have a dinner that you're going to with friends. You're going shopping looking for that one outfit because you don't feel like you have anything already in your closet that would work. Now what happens is that you can end up with a closet full of outfits, but not pieces that can work with each other. So I've experienced this myself. I've seen this in a lot of my clients' wardrobes where they'll have pieces that can really only be worn one or two ways in specific outfits. So I always say, unless it's like a formal event, like a wedding or a gala, I think it's more valuable to look for pieces over outfits. The way I have built my closet today is that I never have to go out and buy something for a specific occasion. Even though my closet is not huge, I have everything I need in my wardrobe for any occasion. Whether it is a more formal event or a work event or a meeting, or if it's something that's more casual, meeting friends for coffee, whatever it might be, I have the pieces in my closet for all the different parts of my life. You will never find me shopping last minute for something. If I have somewhere to go, whether it's a special occasion or maybe it's a work event, you'll never find me shopping anymore last minute. This is something that I used to do. I remember the first time I met my now husband's parents. This is going back almost 20 years ago. And I remember getting off of work and right away going shopping. And I only had a really small window to find something. So I ended up buying something from a boutique, probably spending too much on it. And it wasn't even something I really loved, just because I felt like I needed something and I didn't have anything in my wardrobe. So what I found is that when you're shopping for something last minute, a lot of times you're gonna end up buying something you don't really love or spending a little bit too much on a piece because you just feel rushed. I love finding a piece that works for me on sale, or when I'm shopping for my clients, I'm looking for the best quality at the best price. But what I no longer do is buy something just because it's on sale. So I used to buy an item thinking it was a great deal, that it was marked off 50 or 60%. But a lot of times what ended up happening was I was looking at the price of the item and making my purchase decision based on that. Instead of buying the piece because it worked for my life or my personal style or it fit me well, I wasn't really thinking about the big picture. I was just looking at the number. And now while I'll still look for sale items, I'm first looking at the piece and making sure it works for me. And then I'm looking at the price tag, because I find that when we're buying things on sale, or we'll buy fast fashion items or pieces that maybe they weren't made as well, or we don't love as much, or they don't fit as well, I find that we end up not wearing them. And even though it seemed like we were getting a great deal at the time, it's not really a deal if you end up not wearing the piece. The next thing I quit were things that were uncomfortable. I remember when I first started in my styling journey and I would meet with clients, or I would be on set styling for an advertising campaign, and I would be wearing heels or really high wedges all day long. And yes, while I was in my 20s, it was a little bit easier to get away with something like that. But I remember there were many times I could not wait to get my shoes off. And this is just one example. You might be someone that you need to have stretch in your jeans. If it's uncomfortable, you're not gonna wear it, you're not gonna reach for it. Or if you do wear it, you'll likely regret it at some point in your day. Now, this next one I think is a big one for a lot of us, myself included. And that's not listening to what other people think you should be wearing, but instead listening to yourself. Now, again, when I was younger, I would wear things because people said it was a good color on me or the silhouette worked for me. But what I found over time was that I'm not really someone that likes to wear a lot of colors or a lot of prints, even if other people think it looks good on me. I've curated a wardrobe that I'm happy with in the colors, in the silhouettes, in the styles that I love. And that's what's more important. Even sometimes I'll get comments on my videos that someone thinks I'd look better in a different color. And I know that even while the intention behind it might be well-meaning, for me, I know what I like, I know what works, I know what I'm gonna reach for. I remember years ago buying this top that was in this beautiful jewel colored purple. And even though it was a color that really worked with my skin tone, worked with my coloring, I never wore that top. Every time I'd go to put it on, something just felt off because it didn't feel like me. That's just not a color that I gravitate towards. And when you're wearing something that you don't feel great in because somebody else thinks that it works, you're not gonna feel as confident as when you're wearing a color or a silhouette or a style that you feel great in. The next thing I quit, and I tell all my clients to do the same, is to stop looking at the size or the number on your clothing tag. Sizes are all over the place. Sometimes a size 2 in one brand will fit like a size 8 in another brand. Sometimes a large in one brand will fit like a small, and vice versa. It's more important for an item to fit your body well Doesn't matter if it's a smaller size or a bigger size than you thought you were, just make sure that it fits. Use the size and the number as a starting point. But the most important thing is to make sure something fits you well, because that's what's gonna make you wear an item. Not the number on the tag. If you buy your old size, but now it's too tight, so it's uncomfortable, that's not gonna make you wear the piece. I know too, as I've gotten older and my body's changed, the size that I used to be doesn't work anymore. And that's okay. Letting go of what doesn't work makes space for what actually does. If any of these 10 things resonated with you, pick one thing to be intentional about quitting this week. And let me know what that one thing is down in the comments below. And for more style and lifestyle tips to curate a wardrobe of clothes that you'll love to wear, make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications when new videos come out on Thursdays. So thanks for watching and for being here, and I will see you guys in the next video.